iPhone 6 Plus Touch IC repair. Um, I've had a few issues with pulling pads, mainly on this one right here, this one pad right here, and burning up some of these components right here. I'm kind of in between right now in terms of putting Kapton tape or just putting some solder mask on it. Solder mask definitely works. It just gets a little messy, that's all. Um, what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to increase the heat up to 450 degrees Celsius and see if I can get the chip off a little bit faster. And because normally it takes me about a minute or so. Alright, we'll see how this goes, okay? I'm going to heat up this top right corner here because that's where that one pad seems to rip all the time. I've had it happen a few times already. Okay, looks pretty good. I mean, just looking at it right here, you got two pads right here. This is ground, and this is the pad that I normally rip. Maybe this is the ultimate problem. Because I know that when I rip this pad, it causes issues where I'll put the chip back on and it will still not work. I mean, the screen would be perfectly fine, but the no touch screen. So maybe this is really the ultimate culprit of all of these issues here. And it's a little bit of a pain in the butt because if you rip this pad right here, you have to run a jumper from here to this little thingy right here. So, anyways, I'll clean that up in a little bit. I'm going to take a Cumulus off real quick first. I'm just going to do both chips, clean it all up, and see if I can do it all in one swoop here. Quick. As quick as possible. This one should be a little bit easier. Don't pull, just light pressure is good. Alright, so looking at these right here, the only thing that looks like it might have been damaged was that one right there, but it also might have just been the fact that when I pulled up, that was the last one to go, and it pulled up a lot of the solder. So I think this was probably that right there. It looks like it was the issue. This is just ground, so I don't think that's really going to cause a lot of problems. So, anyways, let's clean this puppy up. I'm actually going to reball these chips because I don't have any more left. So, not a whole lot to it. Just be as quick as possible. when you just want to remove as much of the leaded solder or not unleaded solder as possible. This will make it flow a little easier, and make sure you don't touch any components. And don't leave it on there for too long, otherwise it's shaking like crazy today. Don't leave it on there for too long, otherwise your flux is going to gum up and turn brown in it, and then you have to clean it up and stuff, and just like I think I'm gonna have to probably clean it already. So, anyways, I'll just do that in a little bit. Normally I always do it a few times, anyways. Let's just go quick. Well, that's really what you want to do right there. So before I start mucking around, I'm just gonna clean this up real quick. Some flux, chem wipe, and just wipe it all. Wipe that old stuff. Okay, nope, that was a rip pad. I hate ripping pads. It's the worst thing ever. Alright. So that looks pretty good. But I'm gonna run through a few of them again. Like, you know, you really just want to remove as much solder as possible. This looks like it's a little too high, and that's probably about it. And that one's a little too high, and then this one's high. This one's the problem one, so I definitely want to make that a little more shiny. And then this one's kind of high too, so. Quick is the name of the game. I think that's it. Alright, I'm just going to run this through with a hot air gun real quick. And see if I can get a nice little tin to all these pads before I put them back on. Don't really want to. It looks good. So this right there is not great. And that right there is not great. Yeah, let's fix it. Alright, I'm gonna reball this. So remove the old stuff. Again, quick. And get as much off as possible. You don't want this stuff gumming up on you. Okay, we're good to go there. You know what, I'm gonna do this one too while we're at it. I don't know, this one looks like it's pretty good already, but anyways, I'm gonna do it anyways. I don't think that was the problem. I think it was Mason that was the issue. Alright, let's do this one first. You can buy these little templates on AliExpress.com, and I am going to use some Kester EP256 solder paste. Make sure it's covered evenly. Wipe off as much as the excess stuff as possible. And then heat gun. Just make sure it's really hot. Shouldn't take but a few seconds. Until it cools and solidifies. You know what? I'm going to redo that because it looks like 3 of them are a little bit too deep. Looks good. IPA. Wait for it to cool a little bit. And then just brush IPA and a little horse toothbrush or whatever it's called. And then it should just kind of come off. There it goes. Clean it up a little bit. And take a Q-tip. Get rid of the excess stuff. Probably should just blow it. Anyways. Alright, let's just wipe it. Brush. Alright, looks good. Let's flip it over and see what's even. That's pretty even. Alright, good to go. That's one. And let's go with number 2. Well, I think it's this one. little bit of debris on it. That's pretty good. Done with this. No clue what this is. Well, I'm just gonna say we're good. I've actually seen these things before. Alright, we good now. Alright. So, let's get back to here. Clean this sucker up. Alright, let's go with it. Let's do this one first. dot goes in the lower, this one right here, depending which way you're oriented. So key is to make sure it's aligned pretty good before you stick it on. Alright, that's pretty, you can see a little bit over here, but so I'm going to push it over there. Push it down a little bit. Alright, that's good. So, let's burn it. Quick. So I'm going to wait for my hot air gun to get really hot first. 4 to 50. Hopefully don't keep it on for too very long. Don't try not to move it too much. You should see it kind of wiggling around, try to align itself once it gets hot enough. There it goes. And you can kind of just go like that. I don't want to move too much though. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright, that's good. We'll get this one now. So right about that. Alright, that's good. Alright. That's good. Don't do too much to it. Just kind of let it do its own thing. Right. So, what I like to do is, well, let's clean it up first. Alright, so what I like to do after I'm done installing them is to just kind of look, see if I can see some of the solder joints, and just make sure they're kind of making contact pretty good. So if you look right here, you can kind of see the balls, there's no balls missing there, that's good. You kind of see it. Let's see if we can get a better look at it somehow. Can't really see those. What I like to do is, you know what, I'm going to do this. Alright, so here's what I do. Take it to the edge and then just kind of go down like that. I can't really even, well, this side. Mason looks great. Cumulus, I can't really tell. Anyways, plug it in. We'll see if it works. I will pause it now. Alright, so I just plugged it in, tested everything. Everything worked fine. Who knows if it's going to stop again later, right? How do you know that, right? I mean, because it was working a little bit before. So, the only way, you know, I mean, you replace the chips. I mean, that's pretty much all you have. So, here's another thing that I like doing is, alright, so how do you know if there's a short below one of the chips, right? There's really no easy way to do it because you can't test components underneath of it, right? Well, if you look at ZXW tools, you'll see that all these little, I think these are resistors here. These are resistors that connect the pad from here to here, okay? And each one of these is basically a pad. So what you can do, sometimes what I like doing is, in order to see if there's a short below these pads, what you can do is just kind of you know, put your multimeter in continuity mode and touch these little pins right here and see if it beeps or not. If it beeps, then two of the pads are meshed together below, okay? And you can kind of look at ZXW tools and you'll see all the pins, but most of them are right around here. And nothing's beeped yet. This should beep right here. That beep. It's ground. And same with these right here. But usually when you plug it in, I mean, usually I do this before I plug it in and before I test it. That's an easy way to see if there's any shorts underneath the chips. The other problem is sometimes the solder joint is not attached to the pad below, right? So how do you test that? Well, I haven't found an easy way to do that yet. The only way really is to kind of just do one of these things and see. Sometimes you'll be able to see it. Like right here, you can kind of see. I don't know if you can see it or not, but like right below there, you can kind of see it. And you can see that they're all connecting to the pad, you know. And that's really about it. So I mean, I'm just gonna say that this one is done, and I'm gonna close it up and ship it back to the customer. I normally offer a 90-day warranty. I probably should offer a 6-month warranty, but I really don't think it's going to happen anyways. If it does happen, it may be an unrelated issue. Alright, so that's it.